How many of you like to sell? How many like to be pushy and aggressive and yucky? so I wish it would show my picture because it kind of goes with what I'm saying right now. What's going on? Huh?
It's searching.
It's searching it. Because I can see it on the monitor. That's why you don't get it.
There we go.
Right? Right? So nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants to be that. Nobody wants to be around that. So let's talk about silent selling tools. That's what I love about in-house signage. So I'll just give you a whole bunch of creative ideas. This is where I shine. I love ideas. I love marketing ideas that make sense and give you results. So I'm just going to give you a bunch of them and see what you think. So first we want to build trust. I love this idea. Once I was with a very famous plastic surgeon, and I won't say who it is, but the minute I walked in his office, I was pelted with this. It was a gorgeous sign, and way more gorgeous than this. I just found this on Google, of course. The bitterness of poor quality remains long after the sweetness of low price is forgotten. The minute I saw that, I went, whoa. You gotta be cheap. So I really thought that was good. That set the tone right there for don't be negotiating with me because I'm not going for it. So, but you're going to have a sign like this, and it was a really good quality black. You got to back it up with really good results. You know, so you have to really. I mean, that shows that you're super confident. But on the other hand, somewhere along the line, you better then also offer them some financing because if you're going to be top price, it becomes this thing about. Are you affordable? Like, I agree that you're great, and I don't mind paying this, but I can't, you know, so help me pay for it. So I would also have that kind of signage as well. And at that point, I wouldn't have it at the front. I would have it more like where the coordinator's talking to you about money. Ask us about our financing program. Then we want to educate, okay? So we always start with social proof, and the more the better. In my book, I asked a lot about, you know, how did you know, because we sell such an intangible thing here. You're promoting something that's intangible. How do you know this is the right choice for you? And it turns out the more the merrier. The more photos you had, the better off you were. So bring them on. I know a lot of you get really lackadaisical about these photos because they're a pain in the neck, right? It's a pain. I would get to be really good at them and offer a process because the patients wanted to see a whole bunch of photos. And I would put all your really good ones, the good results in the front, and then just show a whole bunch of albums. That says to a patient, wow, you know what you're doing. Now, I like this photo, and almost nobody has this one, and it's called What Our Patients Say About Us. And as a matter of fact, that's me, a long time ago. So there's an album, and you know all of you get thank you notes, and great emails, and gifts, right? And what do you do with them? You put them in the drawer. No, you don't. Pull them all back out, put them in an album, and let the new patient go through this album and say, wow, they really like this stuff. It's a good idea. If you have a newsletter, if you're still doing hard copy, certainly put that on display. And it's always the reception area, never the waiting room. I'm surprised how many people still say waiting room. We don't wait in this industry. It's the reception area. It's also the educational center. Now, a lot of you have that big flat panel monitor, right, in the reception area, and that thing's talking. Talking and talking and talking. The problem with that is you're annoying the heck out of your staff because they're like going to kill themselves if they have to hear this again. And the patient who has left stewing is now on their third loop, and they're sick of it. I personally prefer a silent PowerPoint presentation showing off your work, and all it is a bunch of photos. Just show the before and the after, show them what it is, like what you enhance. Let it be silent, and let it just go around by itself. And then the patient can look at it or not look at it. I really like educational videos. If you've been on YouTube, though, too many of you are trying to show the inner workings of a body. Nobody can sit through a gory movie. It has to be animated, and it has to stay friendly. You know, most people cannot watch an operation. You know, I know when I first got into this industry, I couldn't even stay in the room. You know, whoa, that was tough. So, never real stuff. And nobody actually, just so you know, the cosmetic patient never wants to know how they're going to look good. They just want to look good. This is not the time to show them all the guts and glory. But an educational video that's very friendly, that explains what goes on with this process, works very, very well. Now here's something we came up with called the aging face. One of the issues that's going on in the world is you want to do surgery And your patients have been told, I don't need surgery. There's a laser that does that now. There's a filler that does that now, right? You're having trouble trying to figure that out. Like, when do you pass over? When do you go to the real side? You know, and go ahead and have surgery. Well, the aging face was our own version of signage that said, how many years do you want to turn back the clocks? And it explained, if you wanted just a little something, you can turn back 1 to 5 years. If you want a little more, you can turn back 6 to 10. But if you really want to turn back the clock, you need some surgery. So it was an easier way to explain it without you hitting someone over the head with it. You know how none of us want to, we have an opinion on something, we want to keep that opinion, and you can only change someone's opinion not by making them change their mind. This kind of thing helps shift them, and they change their mind on their own. Another thing we came up with was, do you know Botox can treat? And then it shows all the various areas you can treat Botox. Now here's the strategy here. This particular signage is big. It's in the exam room where the Botox patient is stewing in the chair waiting for you to get their Botox ready. Because what happens is, so think about the patient. They're in the exam room. You're fiddling around with the Botox. They're sitting in the chair. They look over and say, I didn't know Botox could do that. Can I get that too? That's how you increase your average Botox usage. They just add another area. I'm telling you, cosmetic patients, you fix my crown, my crow's feet, I'm going straight for the furrows. I'm all over, so just tell me where to go. And that's a great way to add a few more areas. Now we want to position the physician, okay? Lots of ways to do that. As seen in is always a good idea. Now there's some marketing that goes into this. A lot of you still get an ad in a print magazine, and I would say strategically, the best ones are those, the best doctors magazines. Get yourself in there. And then your marketing messages as seen in. And you are seen in there. Kind of marketing. Why are you the best choice? If you notice those patients who are showing up with the 3 or 4 different quotes because they've been talking to everybody in town, you have got to come up with a logical reason why they're going to choose you. It's all about emotions, but they still have to go home and explain to their family and friends why they chose you over the other one that somebody else referred them to. So give them some logic to go with that. The thing I like about this piece is you have explained logically. Dr. Aycock, I'm sure he wouldn't mind me showing this off. Sorry, Dr. Aycock. But he did 2,200 facelift procedures. 2,200. And he said, I had no idea I did so many. I said, you guys really should go count up your surgeries that you've done. It's quite impressive, actually. Because no patient wants to be number 3. They want to be number 2,003. So it was how many he's done, how many injectables, and then what does board certified actually mean? You know, it's so funny. The younger generation, like, could care less what that is. You know, they just want you to be on, you know, the TV shows, the talk shows. However, some people really care about this board certified, and if they don't, they should. So what a great visual to say, while the rest of us went to, like, let's say you went to college, and I actually got a graduate degree, and I was done. I was so done with school at that point. While I was done getting a job and making money and having fun, you surgeons kept going. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. So graphically explain how much education you've had that went into what you do. Not many other non-board certified physicians can come close to this. So it could be just what you needed to position yourself as different and the best choice. Now in every office, when the new patient is walking by, I would say have a wall of fame. And a wall of fame could be your framed patient letters, it could be photos with celebrities, if you happen to have any, and a celebrity doesn't have to be Oprah, it can be somebody local that a lot of your patients would know. It could be your PR pieces, and for heaven's sake, your pro bono work. A lot of you are doing really good work out there in the community, but it's such a secret, you're like, oh, I don't want to tell anybody about that. Yes, you do. In today's world, you want everyone to know you as a community leader, as a giving back, and a multidimensional person. Now, here's some really good news that works to your favor. Because of the internet and all of the things that are going on, you can look like a star on any screen now, right? So the cosmetic patient doesn't know anymore that they saw you on TV or on their iPad or on their iPhone or on your whatever screen. You now can be a celebrity on any social. Get it? So you can use that to your advantage, and you can become a celebrity in your own mind. So there are PR shows on YouTube. I happen to love this one. I'm not vouching for, I'm just saying I love it. Is it live or is it Memorex? Remember that? That's this. There are many shows out there, and you can just make up your own. You can call it the Plastic Surgery Channel. That was probably. But you can just have your own show, you can have your own podcast, you can have your own anything you want in today's world. And all you need is an iPhone to do it. So the person, a new patient seeing you being interviewed on a set that probably is not even a real set. You know, in today's world, you know how you can, I do it myself in my own. I mean, if we're in my office, I have a green screen, and then we put up background. I mean, you can look like you're on a mountain, or you can look like you're in a studio. It's that crazy. And that's called marketing. Okay, now we want to cross-promote. Do any of you ever hear the patient say, I didn't know you did that? Right? That means your in-house signage is on, because they don't know you as that. There's a good chance you have patients that only know you as a rhino doc, because that's what they had done by you. It would never even dawn on them to get their fillers done by you, because for them that's a disconnect. So to help that, a very simple menu of services, just a simple menu, and but here's the strategy. This menu isn't this little thing hiding in the corner. It's blown up, it's in the reception area, but it's also in all the exam rooms. Think about where the patients are stewing. That's where you want to put it at their eye contact. So if they're in their office in the exam room, you have it down so they're big, so they can see it across the room and say, oh, I didn't know you did that. A cosmetic questionnaire, I think, is a super great idea, but it's when you give them this questionnaire. You do not give it to them when you've already given them that packet of information that you're going to make them fill out. And by the way, I can't stand that packet of information. If there's any way you could make that easier and stop making somebody fill in their name 5 times, you know, pre-fill in some of that stuff. It's so, gosh, it hurts the whole bonding process when they're sitting there doing the test. It's like taking a test. It's so wrong. Anyway, this is not the time to hand them another piece of paper, because they're already mad about filling out all that. But on the way to the exam room, while waiting for you, or on the way to the buffer room where they're going to talk to the coordinator, you could actually have a clipboard with a cosmetic questionnaire that says, you know what, Sally, we happen to have a questionnaire. If you're interested in filling it out, please do. And then just lay it down with a pen. And my questionnaire is always different. People don't want Botox. They want wrinkle-free skin. People don't want liposuction. They want their sex bag. So instead, you talk to them in a way that they're thinking to themselves, what concerns you? They're not looking for how you're going to fix something. They're looking for, I have a problem. So I list the problems and let them tell you what the problems are. Wrinkles, saggy skin, and it goes on and on. The banners, and I got this idea from all the trade shows everyone does. You know, those banners aren't just for trade shows. They're so good for geography in your office and take up a lot less space, but whenever you're going to introduce a new procedure, for example, these banners are really easy to do. You just design them, and then they pop up and you put it off in a corner. They're super eye-catching and super informative. So I highly recommend using them. Now, some of the staff wouldn't like this, but get the staff involved, and you can make it fun. If they wear scrubs, I put in their gauntlets, you know, like let's say you now offer that Restylane silk, you know, gauntlets, but any kind of t-shirt day, and I don't think I'd have to wear it every day, but if you could do lapel pins or t-shirts on certain days, it's just a great internal marketing strategy of this is something new we offer. You should also use technology to communicate things. In this room, how many of you do use computer imaging? And not even half. In my book, I think it was something like 96% of patients wanted it. 96%. And you know why? Because as a patient, looking at somebody else was okay. Looking at yourself is way better. Because you really can look at, here's what I look like. I really look like that? That's not good. And this is what I could look like? It's very compelling when you're looking at yourself. So I don't know why everyone doesn't use this. Actually, I do know why. It's a hassle. They feel like it's salesy, but it's not about you. It's about the patient. How are you going to explain to this patient what they're trying to picture? This is where expectations get set. Your idea of a little and their idea of a little is very different. So I highly recommend using this kind of stuff. I think it helps. Now we'll talk about loyalty. Loyalty in today's world is everything. I just don't think you're going to have enough time, money, and energy to run after this burn insurance kind of group. You gotta hang on to these patients. It's exhausting to get one of them, so I would do what I could to hang on to them. So an example is refer a friend. Here's the thing about refer a friend. You need props. You have to have a paper trail because you want to thank that person, and you also want to know who are your best ambassadors in your practice. So anytime you can do a 2-for-1 a friend program, I love 2-for-1, and I love using your esthetician or your skincare people to use them as feeders to get to the bigger ticket items. But for now, you know most of your new patients are coming from somebody who talked about you. I really know that. Even though you think they came from the internet, I don't know if that's completely true. My age group, I cannot imagine going to the internet and just looking around for somebody who wants to give me a facelift. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't operate that way, and I don't think a lot of women in my group do. However, if you think they came from the internet, there's a really good chance their girlfriend told them about you, then they went to the internet, and then they called you, and now you said you found it from the internet. That's all I'm saying. But I like the paper trail because now you can know for sure. Sally came from Karen. I want to thank Karen for referring Sally and take good care of everybody. Regarding Botox, it's something simple we just came up with. Got wrinkles, got a friend. I love the got milk thing. I know, that was great. I've used that. But got wrinkles, got a friend. Come on, how cute is that? And it's just some more signage. It's Buddy Botox. And the rule is, here's a new patient for you because her girlfriend's going to come in. They're both going to get Botox together, and then they both get a gift card towards their treatment that day. It's easy. It's fun. And talk about how awkward this can be when you're an aesthetic patient who doesn't feel good about themselves, and you have to go to this strange office where you don't know anybody, and you have to do, that's awkward. So now you can bring a girlfriend, and it becomes a fun thing to do. Also, if you are going to have an event, get that thing blown up at Kinko's and put it on, what do you call those, tripods, and put it in your reception area or out in the elevator area. And in today's world, collect cell phones as much as you can. You might as well start collecting cell phones. It's going to be important. We're all going to end up in mobile marketing. What do you notice? It's the one little haven we have left without marketing. Well, that's close to get anyway. So grab this one. Now, I love this. How long do I have? I am sorry. I'm so lost in time. Do I have enough?
Yeah, you've got a few more minutes, and then we have question and answer.
Gotcha. Okay. So I love this idea, and I did not make this up. One of the doctors mentioned it, and he just added a great spin to it. He called it cha-ching checkout. I thought that was so good. Okay, think about how much money you are leaving on the table because of this. I have been in offices, I am the consultant. I am the one that they're supposed to step up their game for because I'm being paid money to analyze them. I have literally been given a quote by Betty. Who's Betty? She's a bookkeeper. And then Betty leaves and says, okay, well, I'll give you a minute, I'll meet you outside. And it turns out she went to a room with the glass thing, and she said, okay, so did you want to book your surgery? What? It was such an odd thing. I was just left in this alleyway, or I left the appointment, and nobody ushered me out. And I have no idea what room to leave from, because when you close all the doors, you know what's in all the doors, but I don't know what's in all the doors, and now you can't get out of the place. Anyway, there's so much left. The patient should leave, the goal should be leave happy. The patient should leave smiling, not bewildered, everyone just dumped me. I feel dumb. So here's cha-ching checkout. One thing about this is your goal when checking out should be the 4 R's. It's return, refer, review, retail. Okay? A very big issue, I think, is there's no privacy for these patients to stay with you. These patients need some privacy when you're going to talk about money. Too many of you have this checkout counter, and people are walking around and busy, and the staff chit-chatting, and you're trying to talk about well, here's how much it is, and it's just awkward. It's very awkward, and they're not in the mood to stay much longer. So I would have a private room and make it comfortable, put the retail in there, and now you do a few things. First, when somebody leaves their treatment or their procedure, and now they're going to check out, you can offer them a gift. And I actually learned this from a very well-known cosmetic dermatologist. I won't say who it is, but it's very well-known. And I used to go to her when I was 40 years old. I was getting my Botox and filler, and I was giving her about $5 grand a year. I was calling it my face fund. It's grown since then. so when I left my treatment, you know what she would do? You would walk out, and it was that big checkout counter, so she didn't have that right, but she had some of it right. There was this huge bowl, and you could have all the samples you wanted, because she was a derm, so they get all the samples of things, and I could take as many samples as I wanted. Well, guess what it did? It kicked in my law of reciprocity. I was like, oh, I just got all these gifts, and they're free, and you know how you feel like, well, it's all free, you know. And then I would walk over, and they would say, so, let's see when we can get you back in here. Well, I was so open to it, because I just got the freebies, I was like, sure. And then, need any retail? Need any more replenishment on your sun lotion? Well, yes, I do, because now I feel like I just got like $100 worth of stuff, so now I want that. So there was the retail. I'll tell you what is not working well is the how do you review and how do you refer. That one feels a little crunchier, like you feel funny about saying it. So here's one thing I did come up with. Here's a nice referral display. This strategy works beautifully because it says we want more patients just like you. So you always give somebody a compliment, and like, oh, you want more of me? Okay, great. And then give them a free, I don't know, get these free gift cards to your, give these free gift cards to your friends and family. What I love about this is when the patient is at checkout and they open their wallet, they should see that display right there. A patient with their wallet open means get those cards in their wallet. So the next time they're talking at a party or whatnot, they actually have that prop. I just love the prop. I love the paper trail because you need to know where your ambassadors are coming from. And just for the fun stuff, if you guys are really creative, these are fun retail displays to sell more skincare or gift certificates. And in the summer, we would put together like a sandbox. You know all of those dollar stores? You can really get creative with this stuff if you want, but I think a lot of you offer retail, but it's such a secret. You have it hidden away in this closed up, locked up thing, and it's not fun, you know? Now we need them to return and refer, or review. This is, I know yesterday we were talking about who should ask the patient for a review. Personally, I think it should be the doctor. I think, the patients, I know the patients react more when the doctor asks for the review than if the staff does. However, somebody should ask. So when the patient gets to the checkout, you say, the receptionist must say, Susan, you're fantastic, if they look fantastic. Or, you're gonna look great. And then the next thing is, how to go today. Okay? If they're gushing and say, God, I love you guys, that doctor's so great. So if they're saying that kind of thing, right there is when you pull out the instructions for the review. Oh, the doctor would love to know you said that, and do us a favor and give us a review, and then hand them the instructions. So timing is everything on that one. And then to return, you've got to get them to return. No patient should ever leave your practice without a returning appointment. And I don't care if they say, well, I'll check my calendar. No, let's get you back on the books. You know what, we'll do the same time, the same day and time next month or next quarter. And I'll always give you a call so you can always change this. Get that appointment on the book now, before they leave. And that's it. Now I do a lot of blogging, so if you want to check out all these ideas, a lot of these graphics are on my blog somewhere, but I've been blogging for a long time, so you're going to have to scroll, and that's at Cosmetic Image Marketing. And then with that, we have time for questions and answers. So, and I guess it's Lou and I. So if you have questions, or did anyone else speak? Just Lou and I, yeah. Yeah. So it was